Hello and welcome back to Love Letters to Lois by Art. This is a true story about love letters written by Art, my grandfather, to Lois, my grandmother, back in 1944 when he was serving in the United States Marine Corps during World War II. To recap the story thus far, Art and Lois met by chance. Lois was serving her church and giving out food, and Art was a hungry young Marine who went into the church to be fed. They took a liking to each other and exchanged addresses, and Art wrote 3 letters to Lois. He received 1 letter from her, and then they spent 3 lovely days together. Then Art receives the fateful news that he has to report to California for an educational opportunity, is what he's told. So letter 5 was written on Wednesday, April 26, 1944, and the letter begins. Dearest Lois, today I am the happiest guy on earth. I received 3 so wonderful letters from my little honey. If you only knew how much I look forward to your letters. And then to get 3, well, I was sailing. The fellows that are bunking with me are all strange, but no kidding, they all came around me and they wanted to know why the big smile. First time I guess they seen me smile since I came out here. So I explained and I told them all about you being one girl in a million, and I showed them your picture. I guess you know they sure did approve. Yours truly felt like a king way above everybody as we were talking about you. Well, now to answer your letters, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I sure hope more come like that, or is that too much to hope for? No, darling, I can't read shorthand, but I'm guessing as to what it said. Do you love me? And the answer I certainly know. I love you with all of my heart. Gosh, Lois, it sure made my ticker beat fast to read that you love me. It has been everything I've looked forward to since leaving Norfolk. Now all I'm gonna look forward to is putting a ring on one of those pretty little fingers of yours. When I see you again, the first thing I'll do is kiss you. Oh, happy day. Then I'm gonna ask you to become engaged to me. And after I put the ring on, I'm gonna ask you to marry me. Maybe these are all dreams, but darling, if they are, I hope I wake up to find them true. They do say dreams come true. Wish I could have been there that Tuesday night. We could have had the house all to ourselves. Ooh, what a time we could have had. Wishful thinking again. You know, Lois, I don't know why your aunt objects to you that way, but if that's the way things are, it's just best to stay away. Besides, you've shown me you're capable of running things perfect. That closing part of that second letter was really sweet. Kisses were no longer rationed. I don't go for that rationing stuff. Reminded me of Sunday night when they finally had to be rationed so that I could take the bus back. Funny how that 6 o'clock bus didn't leave till 11. Honey, do me a favor. In your next letter, put the imprint of your lips. It'll be like having a piece of you here. Lois, that is really wonderful of you not going out on invitations. Believe me, honey, I don't want to deprive you of any good time, so I will leave that entirely up to you. As long as you keep loving me, that's all that matters. When you write again, let me know about everything, what you did, what you're thinking, all about home, every little thing. I simply eat it all up. As for a picture of me, well, it'll be a few days yet, as I sent home for one. Had some taken the last time I was on furlough, so as soon as I get one, I will send it, okay? Yep, I'm sure studying hard these days. Really shouldn't be writing you right now, but heck, I couldn't prevent it. Simply couldn't open a book until I wrote you. Last night I had 100 questions to answer, and tonight I have 50 questions. Really put in a full day from 7 in the morning till 10 at night. Reveal is at 5, chow is at 6, and school is at 7. Those exercises from 4 till 5 are really fixing me up good. I'm sore in every muscle in my body. Appetite's good, though. I should be a new man by the end of 5 weeks. And let's see, there's only 4 more to go after Friday. A Saturday began my first week. I'm able to get by, Lois. I still have 5 from the government for food. And according to the latest head rumor, we should be paid soon. There's another example of why I think you're one in a million. Thinking about how I'm getting along, just like having a wife. If only that were true. Gee, honey, I'd do anything you asked except that. I want to be giving you things, not vice versa. Don't take me the wrong way. I'm thinking of you when I say that. Darling, I must close now, but I will write real soon, hopefully tomorrow night. I'm thinking of you always. In fact, my instructor yelled at me to get that love light out of your eyes and get down to work. Good night, darling. Oh, my love, Art. P.S. Regards to the girls. Okay, now it's time for questions, conclusions, and commentary by Deborah, the granddaughter of Art and Lois. So question 1 from last week is, what is the North American plant where civilians are instructing our military men? I did some research on very interesting findings on the North American plant, as well as some other plants. So the North American plant was the North American Aviation Plant located in Inglewood, California, where his letters came from. Lockheed Martin and Boeing were also located in this area. And believe it or not, I happened across a very enlightening story, to say the least, on the Warfare History Network online. You can read the article yourself if you choose. Just do a Google search on Wonderland, the fake cities on America's West Coast. It gives a whole new meaning to the world of the Wonderland story. It was, in fact, a top secret town, and nobody was supposed to discuss the fact that the town was fake. Tens of thousands of people, think like what's going on today, went to bogus villages to work, assuming they were protecting their lives, when in fact there were never any enemy planes that flew over U.S. territory, except for in Honolulu. In its day, the North American Aviation Plant and Boeing and Lockheed Martin, this area, this fake town, it was the most dramatic exploration and camouflage of all time, including painted grass, even grass that was made to look brown to make it look like it hadn't been watered, fake houses, fake schools, fake church. This is where Art was going for his education. And all the while he was literally just going across the street, making himself look like he's from above, from enemy planes, going to work every day when he was going to the barracks and going to build planes. The movie industry actually capitalized on this whole thing because they wanted, the proximity of Hollywood was very close. They had the talent pool of the best set designers. All of the major Hollywood studios were brought into the effort to collaborate with the U.S. government and the military-industrial complex. Question 2 from last week was, what is a B-25? And I thought it sounded like a plane, and sure enough, here they are. This is a picture that I got from the Library of Congress, loc.gov, of the actual assembly line at the North American Aviation Plant. Question 3 from last week was, what are doggies and swabbies, and why are they referred to that as such, and why was the ratio about even with 10 doggies, 5 swabbies, and 1 Marine? I have found out that doggies are members of the Army, and Reader's Digest 1 World War II GI was quoted as saying, the Army treats you like a dog. You have to wear dog tags, sleep in a pup tent, eat dog food, and they yell at you when you growl. Members of the Navy is known as a swabby, which is a slang term for seaman. I still don't understand how the ratio was even, but maybe Art was being sarcastic. He's known to do that. I have only one question to add for this week, and that is, why were kisses being rationed? I read the sentence several times to make sure that I understood it correctly, and it says kisses, and then he asks her to put an imprint of her lips on the next letter in the same paragraph. So in order to get on the bus, they had to ration, kisses had to be rationed, and the bus was late. It was supposed to leave at 6, didn't leave to 11. So for 5 hours, somebody was giving out kisses and somebody was getting kisses. And that was the pathway to get to the bus. What? I am completely mind-melded. Now I know why we have a Me Too movement. And I'm also gut-wrenchingly disgusted in the story that has been narrated by our government for far too long. I'm left labeling this as the trifecta turning point in U.S. history. This is when our government, our military-industrial complex, and Hollywood began collaborating, using its own citizens, unbeknownst to them, for its purposes by narrating a story of fear and a need for protection, all wrapped up with a bow, and is really just legalized slavery to build planes for 3 companies. I also have to wonder if my grandparents weren't in the know. I mean, after all, he's talking about head rumors, and she's wanting to know if he understands shorthand, which is basically, it looks like hieroglyphic code. And here we are, 2020, mass citizens involved in a story with FAIR, with Black Lives Matter and COVID. And again, we're all being told this is all for our protection, including destroying our protective forces. And everybody's wondering what's true and what's fake. And again, we had fake towns back then. I can't imagine what our government has evolved to use for tactics. But my vision is that dark times are dying. My vision is that love and light and truth will prevail. Let's consider Art's love letter today. Love. Art's love was energy. What he was feeling in his heart for Lois, the bunkers that he was with, they could feel that energy, and they flocked around him because they needed to know what was creating this magical energy inside him, that he was just glowing with a smile on his face. He felt like a king above heaven when he was talking about her because he was just in tune with his love for her. Art's love was very strong. He had only met her not even a month earlier. They've only met each other a few times and conversed by letters a few times. And already he desires to marry her. He genuinely feels she is a 1 in a million opportunity he can't possibly pass up. Art's love is free will. He desires that she go out on opportunities and invitations if she wishes. As long as she keeps loving him, that's all that matters to him. Love is enough. Art's love was visible in his eyes. His instructor yelled at him to get that love light out of his eyes and get down to work. I know what that love light looks like. He used those loving eyes on me. When my grandfather looked at me, I felt deeply, deeply seen and approved of and loved. Love is enough. Love is what matters, and love will win. So we can keep wearing our masks, but over the next week, let us all look directly into each other's eyes and feel love until next week's letter. God bless.